Hi everyone, my name is Blair Bloss, and today I'm going to be doing a tutorial on how to do a full face of makeup. So I've already started by hydrating my face. This creates a nice base for the makeup to lay on. It doesn't create any dry patches, and then I put on a primer. So next I'm going to start with concealing dark spots. I've already done my eyebrows off camera because that is a longer process. Everybody does it differently, so a lot of people just don't really show their eyebrow routine. Also, I've been doing makeup for a while. I'm going to start by putting this green concealer over the dark spots to hide the redness. But I've been doing this for a while. It's nice. I like it. I watch a lot of YouTube, so that makes it also easier. I have a lot of favorite YouTubers, and I learn a lot. So then we're going to go in with a damp beauty blender, and this is just to nicely blend out the product. So this green is going to cancel out the redness in my skin. And then next I'm going to go in with a concealer to also cover up the green. It's going to create a nice base for foundation. I'm going to go back in with this beauty blender and just blend it all out. I'm going to put a little more on the back of my hand. And this is also the Maybelline Master Conceal in medium. I'm going to dab it all around the spots I want to cover up. So next step is going to be foundation. I do this a little different. I take two different foundations, one's darker than the other, and I'm going to take this one. It's the Rimmel London Lasting Finish 25-Hour Breathable Longwear Foundation in the color Natural Beige. So what I do is I take this and I outline the edges of my face and also where I would contour. So you just draw. Where you contour is going to be more of the shadows of your face, and it's going to create a nice effect so your face looks more slim. Contouring is a really cool concept, and you can really change the look and shape of anyone's face. It's something a lot of people do. There's a lot of contour kits, cool products. So next I'm going to just blend this out, and you're going to want to go in dabbing motions to press the product into the skin instead of rubbing it around, because rubbing it around is just going to be moving the product and not setting it into place into your skin. This foundation is going to create a medium to full coverage makeup look. Medium to full coverage is so it's not going to cover up every single thing. My skin will not look completely flawless because I don't want that look of so much makeup. I wanted more of a natural look. So I'm going to go in with a less coverage foundation. You want to create a more natural effect for this look because you don't want to look caked up. You just want to make sure everything is completely blended in. You want to go above the eyes as like a pre-concealer. Make sure you dab under the eyes. And make sure you get all the creases of your face, just so there's no extra buildup of product. Also, you want to go above your ears a little, and then you're going to drag a little bit down your neck. This is the only place you really can drag it because you want to just like create an ombre effect so it blends into your natural like neck skin color. So once you get this all blended out, you're going to go back in with this concealer, and you're just going to put a little on the back of your hand, about that much. And then with my finger, I just dab it right under my eyes. And this is going to cover up the dark marks and bags under my eyes. Then you're going to go back into the Beauty Blender and dab that back and forth. Makeup's a lot of blending, and this is to create an airbrushed effect. So you don't want it to look cakey or chunky or streaky. You want a nice airbrushed look. So you do that for both sides. And then, so after this, you're going to go in with a powder. You want a translucent powder, one that doesn't create flashback, and flashback is if you take a picture in dark with a flash camera, you're going to have a white mark under, like, wherever you're going to put the finishing powder. So you want to make sure that you find a powder without flashback. I use the Airspun Loose Face Powder, and I only use this under my eyes because you only really want to bake where you put more product so the product stays right where it's supposed to. So I take another Beauty Blender, and this is a dry Beauty Blender, and I just take the powder and I dip it in. I don't get too much product. Sometimes I have to blow it off because there's a little too much. So you're just going to want to dab this right under your eyes and let this melt into the foundation and the concealer that you've previously applied, because you want this to not move. You don't want any wrinkles under your eyes or any creases. So you're going to go back on this side and do the same thing. And some formulas don't mix with others. If you have a concealer, it's not always going to mix well with the powder you're using, and it could create some creases. So you always have to just experiment and find your perfect combination. After this, I'm going to go in with this Fit Me Matte and Poreless Normal to Oily in Classic Ivory, and I'm going to take a powder brush and I'm just going to dab this in there and cap it off, and then I'm going to press this powder into my face. You always want to press, once again, to push the foundation and the other products into your skin rather than brushing it around, because you're just going to create a blotchy, streaky effect rather than an airbrushed look. And you always want to put powder on before you add other powders like contour, because if you put a powder and you're brushing it around as you would in a contour motion, you're going to move the foundation that's underneath. But if you set it with powders first, then the other contour powder is going to glide right across your skin smoothly and nicely. And you also want to take some powder and drag it down your neck, just to make sure that foundation that you lightly applied isn't going to move either. Next step is going to be bronzer. I use the Butter Bronzer from Physicians Formula, and I'm going to take this Tarte brush. This is a contour brush, and it's like in the shape of your cheek, so you're just going to dab this in the powder, tap it off. You want to go in the hollows of your cheeks. So right here, you can even make the kissy face to create the hollows of your cheeks more, so they're more obvious. Then you're just going to want to brush up and down, and you always want to push upwards because you want that effect of pulling your face up rather than pushing it down and having like a droopy looking face. So you see I just lightly, I'm doing like circular motions and going upwards slowly. And then I take a little more and I'm going to want to drag it around the edges of my face to create a more snatched effect. And I personally just like when I'm more tan. So you want to make sure you pull your hair back and go in your hairline. And just nicely in circular motions blend that into the previously placed powder. You just want to make sure it's nice and blended. You don't want patchy looking skin. Makeup's more of an art, so you have to takes time to learn. It's practice. Everybody can improve. It's not something you're ever going to be perfect at. So then, I'm going to go with this Kat Von D brush. It's like a little pointed brush. And I'm going to want to press this into the powder. Tap it off, and then this is contouring my nose. You're going to want to go from the top straight to the bottom and right through the ball of your nose. If you go around the ball of your nose, the ball on your nose is going to appear larger, and it's going to be more obvious. So you want to pull straight through and straight up. And you can make this as dark as you want, because I do go in and blend it out after. And I also do the end of my nose. I'm not really sure why I do this. I watched it in a video once. Now I just do it. And then I take this blending brush. It's a big powder blending brush, and I'm just going to go in circular motions right where I applied that contour line to blend it out so it's smooth and no harsh lines. And then I also go right at the end of my nose again just to make sure it's all smooth. Next step is going to be blush. I go in with this It Cosmetics brush. I'm going to go in with some honey powder blush. It's very broken, so I didn't want to pick it up. But just going to tap that off, and you want to go in the apples of your cheeks and upwards. You can dab. Sometimes I blend just a little bit in circular motions to combine the contour powder with the blush. And you want to do it on both sides. I do it at the end of my nose. I just like the brightening effect. Do a little bit around my forehead and also on my chin. This is more of a natural look, so I'm not doing anything crazy. Just a natural day look. And then next we're going to be doing eyeshadow. But this video is already a little long, so I'm going to have to skip eyeshadow. But I will do eyelashes. So what we're going to do is you're just going to take an eyelash curler. I pull up this part of my eyebrow, and then I just curl them. Just like that. And do it on each side. And you can hold them for a couple seconds. And then I go in with this Better Than Sex mascara. And I just apply my lashes. Apply it to my lashes. I don't want anything chunky, I just like a light mascara. My eyelashes aren't too long. I don't want to attempt to make them not look the best. So that's what we do. And then I also go with this Tarte Lights Camera Lashes mascara. And I just add this right to the ends of my lashes just because the bigger brush sometimes doesn't get the little hairs at the end. And then I do my bottom lashes. And I almost got that in my eye. But it's okay. Pain is beauty. Sometimes I get it on my lower eye. It's really not safe, but it's okay. Lastly, I go in with highlighter. And this is the Anastasia Beverly Hills highlighter. A nice highlighter. This you're just going to want to apply on the tops or the parts that you want highlighted of your face. So you apply it to the tops of your cheekbones. See how it creates just like a glow? And then I create a glow right in the middle of my nose and a little on my forehead and my chin. I just like to look bright and alive. And then I put a little on the inner corner of my eyes. And then you want to do it right under your brow. Right where the arch is. Just to create that little extra shine. And I also do the top of my lip. Sometimes I do an exclamation point, I drag down, and then I do a line right there. I'll blend it with my fingers sometimes. And lastly, I take Morphe setting spray, and I'm going to cover my whole face. So this spray just sets and melts all the powders and all the other products together on your face. It's a long-lasting spray. So this is the finished look. It's just a natural, everyday look. Nothing crazy. I loved sharing this information with you guys, and I'm looking forward to seeing everybody else's videos. Good luck.